In a small village nestled between rolling hills and meandering streams, life unfolded at a gentle pace. The sun rose each morning, casting a warm, golden glow over the quaint cottages that dotted the landscape. This village, with its cobblestone streets and blooming gardens, was home to a group of elderly residents whose lives were a testament to the beauty of simplicity. They had seen the world change around them, yet they remained steadfast in their routines, finding joy in the ordinary. Among them was Mrs. Eleanor, a sprightly woman with silver hair that danced in the breeze. Every morning, she would rise before the sun, don her favorite floral apron, and head to her garden. It was her sanctuary, a riot of colors, where she nurtured her flowers with the same love and care she had given her children. Each bloom was a reminder of the seasons of life, and she often mused that the petals were like memories, delicate yet vibrant, each telling a story of its own. As she tended to her roses, she would hum soft melodies, filling the air with a sense of peace that seemed to envelop the entire village. Next door lived Mr. Thompson, a retired teacher with a penchant for storytelling. His days were marked by leisurely walks along the riverbank, where he would collect smooth stones and driftwood. Each piece of nature he gathered held a memory, and he often shared these tales with the village children who would gather around him in the afternoons. They would sit cross-legged on the grass, their eyes wide with wonder, as he recounted adventures from his youth, stories of distant lands, brave explorers, and the importance of kindness. Through his tales, the children learned that life was not about the grand gestures, but the small acts of love that wove the fabric of community. Then there was Mrs. Patel, who ran the village bakery. Her days were filled with the warm aroma of freshly baked bread and pastries, and her laughter echoed through the streets. Every morning, the villagers would line up outside her shop, eager to savor her creations. She had a knack for turning simple ingredients into delightful treats, and she often reminded her customers that happiness could be found in the simplest of pleasures. A slice of bread, a cup of tea, and good company, she would say. That's the recipe for a joyful life. Her philosophy resonated deeply with the villagers who often gathered in her bakery to share stories and laughter over warm loaves and sweet confections. As the seasons changed, so too did the rhythm of life in the village. The elderly residents embraced each shift with grace, finding beauty in the fleeting moments. In the autumn, they would come together to harvest apples, their hands working in harmony as they filled baskets with the ripe fruit. They would sit under the sprawling branches of the old apple tree, sharing recipes and reminiscing about harvests long past. The air would be filled with the scent of cinnamon and nutmeg as they prepared pies for the village fair, a celebration of community and gratitude. Winter brought a different kind of magic. The elderly would gather around the fireplace in the community center, sharing stories of their youth while sipping hot cocoa. The crackling flames provided warmth, and the flickering light cast dancing shadows on the walls. They would reminisce about the snow days of their childhood, when they would build snowmen and have snowball fights, laughter ringing through the air. In these moments, they taught the younger generations the importance of cherishing memories and finding joy in the present, regardless of the cold that surrounded them. Spring heralded new beginnings, and with it came the village's annual flower festival. The elderly residents took great pride in their gardens, each bloom a symbol of hope and renewal. They worked tirelessly to prepare for the event, teaching the children how to plant seeds and care for their blossoming flowers. On the day of the festival, the village was alive with colour and laughter as families strolled through the vibrant displays. The elderly, with their weathered hands and wise eyes, stood proudly beside their creations, sharing the stories behind each flower. They reminded everyone that beauty often lay in the simplest of things. A single bloom could brighten a room, just as a kind word could uplift a spirit. Through their peaceful lives, the elderly residents of the village imparted lessons that transcended generations. They showed that simplicity was not a lack of complexity, but rather a choice to embrace the essential. In a world that often rushed forward, they taught the importance of slowing down, of savoring each moment as it came. They understood that life was not measured by material wealth or grand achievements, but by the relationships forged and the memories created. As the sun set over the village, casting long shadows across the cobblestone streets, the elderly would gather on their porches, watching the world go by. They would share stories of love, loss, and laughter, their voices mingling with the sounds of crickets chirping and the rustling leaves. In these quiet moments, there was a profound sense of connection, a reminder that life in all its simplicity was a tapestry woven from the threads of shared experiences. The lessons of the elderly were simple yet profound: to appreciate the beauty in the mundane, to find joy in the company of loved ones, and to cherish the moments that made life worthwhile. Their peaceful lives were a gentle reminder that in a world filled with chaos, there was always solace to be found in simplicity. As the stars twinkled above, the village stood as a testament to the enduring power of community love and the lessons passed down through the ages.